I'm sorry, I've been gone. I sort of fell asleep and then I didn't wake up for like 5 months, so I apologize. I know I feel like I've said this a million times, but I have so many ideas and plans that I want to share with you all, and the issue for me is finding the confidence to sit in front of a camera and do them. So I really appreciate those of you that have been here this whole time and supported me through my ups and downs, especially my downs. So thank you. I can't wait to show you guys everything I've been planning, but for now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get on with it. I'm using the P. Louise base to prime my eye before I get started with any of the eyeshadows. And I'm just patting that in with a little miniature sponge. The first eyeshadow that I'm using is Believe, and I'm just going to be patting this into my outer V and through my crease using a Luxie 131 mini angled brush. With the P. Louise base, I find it best to use a patting motion rather than a blending motion, so that's what I'm doing. I'm really just packing the color into my outer V. I'm bringing it from the outer V through my crease towards my inner corner, but I'm not going all the way around. I'm kind of thinning it out a little bit as I get closer to my inner corner. I'm just going back and forth between patting this onto my eye and dipping it back into the pan because I really want to make sure that I pack as much pigment as I can, and I don't want it to be, not pigmented. So once I've got that laid out, I'm using the brush without applying any additional pigment, and I'm just kind of patting the eyeshadow outwards to kind of smooth out the transition and sort of buff out the color a little bit. I'm also bringing the shade around the corner of my eye along my lower lash line. By the way, I don't even know if you can see it, but I am in desperate need of a fill in my nails, so please don't call me out. I'm going to be going as soon as I can. Now I'm going in with a hot pink eyeshadow, which is called Texas Made, and I'm using a Luxie 121 brush and basically just patting this color around the edge of the purple. I am being careful not to bring it too far out because I need a little bit of room for the yellow. And I am being sure to also bring that pink around down towards my inner corner. I'm carefully and gently patting that pink up towards my brow, but once again, I don't want to get too close to my brow because I need room for the yellow. I'm bringing that pink down around my outer V and towards my lower lash line, but I'm not really carrying it along my entire lower lash line, just sort of like the outer half. Now I'm going to be using a really small tapered blending brush. It's a E205 from the brand Lillylashes. It's very similar to the Sigma E36 brush, but that one is dirty with another color, so I'm using this one. I'm just very carefully blending the yellow around the outer edge of that pink. I'm pretty much going all the way up to my brow, but don't worry about it. And I am bringing that all the way around towards my inner corner. I'm being really careful not to add too much yellow and blend it over the pink into the purple because yellow and purple equals brown. I'm going back in with the purple and just blending that further out into the pink, again being careful not to mix it with the yellow. This mini blending brush is again pretty similar to the Sigma E36, but it's from Morphe. Okay, so I put a tiny bit of eye primer onto this Sigma E60 brush, and I'm just going to use this to kind of re-prime my lid and just even that out a little bit because the primer does crease when it's not, set with eyeshadow, so just to make the eyeshadow application as smooth as possible, I'm just kind of re-priming the area a little bit. And now I'm packing this nice blue shade all over my lid. You're the bomb, baby! I'm using a Makeup Addiction Precision Shader Brush to bring that blue all along my lower lash line, and then I'm bringing it completely around into the bottom of my inner corner area. The lower part of my eye, right underneath where my tear duct is, it's the most annoying part of my eye. No matter what, it smudges and it just doesn't work, and pisses me off. I'm just adding the blue right along there, and it will fit in better with the look when I add the eyeliner. And finally, I'm using my trusty Sigma E36 brush, and I'm going in with the black eyeshadow from the palette. And I'm very lightly adding this to my outer V. I'm not bringing it completely through my crease. I want this look to not be too consumed with black. So I'm just kind of patting it to my outer V area and then bringing it up and a little bit into the very outer part of my crease. Again, I'm being really careful not to go overboard with black. At least for me, it is so easy for me to get carried away with black eyeshadow. I just want to add it to my whole lid and my whole crease. I just want it all over my eyes. It's just, I love black eyeshadow, so I'm restraining myself and just blending it into the outer V. The black liquid eyeliner that I'm using is from the Balm Cosmetics, and I'm also using a Dose of Colors angled liner brush to apply it. So I'm just kind of starting the wing around the outer, So I'm starting the line right at that black outer V that I just made. I'm just bringing it along my lash line. Instead of doing any type of point or wing, I just applied that eyeliner into the outer V area, and they just sort of like fade into each other. Before I go any further with my eyeliner, I forgot to add my highlights, so I'm using MAC's Dazzlegold Dazzle Highlighter. For my brow bone, I'm using my Sigma EO4 brush, which is pretty much the only brush that I can use for my brow bone, and then I'm just using some random little no-name brush to apply the highlight to my inner corner. Even though the one from the Balm Cosmetics is my favorite matte black eyeliner, it is not waterproof, so I'm going in with an eyeliner that is waterproof to add my little inner corner point. I'm also bringing that black liner from my inner corner point down kind of along the front bottom part of my eye, sort of connecting the inner corner to my lash line. I'm just quickly adding some black gel liner along my waterline and lower lash line. The lashes that I'm using are NYC from Lillylashes, and I'm just trimming them with this giant pair of scissors because I cannot find my cute tiny little like nail scissor things. Alright, right size, maybe a little smaller, yes. The lash glue that I'm using is my Glue Thang from Iris Beauty, my favorite lash glue. I'm almost out. I need to go buy a new bottle, tube. I don't know, what would you call this little thing? Tube? I don't know, but I need a new one. While I let the glue get tacky, I'm just applying some mascara to my upper lashes, and I'm using my current favorite mascara, which is Milani's Most Wanted Lashes. Before that glue dries, I'm just quickly curling my lashes with this nice iridescent lash curler from Pure Cosmetics. I got it in this past month's BoxyCharm, and I actually really like it. Some of you may know I like to use my little miniature lash curler to kind of press my natural lashes into my falsies, like in my Instagram videos and stuff, and I've never actually tried like a full-size lash curler. I know that sounds ridiculous, but lash curlers are freaking terrifying because you can so easily pinch your eyelid. Ow! I pinched my eyelid. Oh my god! But I actually really like it, and it's not as terrifying as I thought it would be, and it's nice. One thing you definitely don't want to do is try to heat it up with a lighter to make it curl your lashes better, because I burned my eyelid last week trying to do that. And finally, the glue is mostly dried, so I'm just sticking on these lashes. Boom. And to finish off my eyes, I'm just adding mascara to my lower lashes. And finally, I get to get started on my face. First thing that I'm doing is cream contour. I'm using Anastasia's Contour Stick Foundation in Shadow. I'm just adding a generous, maybe a little too generous. I'm just adding a nice line underneath each cheekbone and a little underneath my bottom lip, and maybe a tiny bit up here and a tiny bit up there, and then a tiny bit on my nose. I hate contouring my nose. My nose is a huge pain in the ass, but whatever, we're doing it. Where is the brush that I need to use? Going in with a contour brush from Iconic London, I'm using little upwards swiping motions and patting motions to blend this up into my foundation. If I have trouble blending it into the foundation, I just add a little bit of foundation to my brush to blend it more smoothly. Ooh! Had like a little ball of mascara and then I swiped it and then it made a giant line, but then I just kind of patted it in and it just went away, so we're good. Now I'm going to be adding some cream blush from the Eve Pearl Blush, Bronzer, and Illuminator in the shade Sunkissed. A little bit really goes a long way, so you might be able to see I just have a tiny bit on my middle finger here, and I'm just patting a little bit there, and a little bit on this side, and I'm just patting it in with my finger. You can use a sponge or even a brush, but I just find it easiest to just pat it in with, you know, the good old-fashioned finger. It adds such a beautiful, like, nude, peachy, very natural glow. I love it. I'm in love with this thing. I'm not sure how this is going to work out, but I want to attempt to use some of MAC's Dazzle Drops in the shade Dazzlepeach. I find it best to apply liquid or cream, like illuminating or highlighting products, with a sponge. So I'm just using a little miniature sponge and lightly patting this onto my highlight area and sort of like around my cheek, around my blush area. It's really, really beautiful. I added like the tiniest amount, so you guys probably can't see it, but I already love it. The only thing that sucks is that this dropper that comes with it doesn't really pick up. Oh, never mind. So now I'm really, whoa, that's a lot. Alright, I'm gonna share with the other cheek before I mess up my whole face. Anyways, I'm just gonna continue to add this illuminator to my face because the more I add, the more I love it. Oh my gosh, look at that. Oh, I know you can see that shininess on my cheek right there. Ooh. It like makes my heart flutter. It has like pink and a little bit of like gold reflex. It's gorgeous. Oh my god. This is the first time I'm trying this product, so I'm like I'm just adding more and more to it. Some people might not like it, but I like to bring like liquid highlights and illuminators kind of down like under my eye, which is probably not what you're supposed to do, but I just want to be shiny. That is some pretty ass shiz. So to add a little spotlight of more intense highlight, I'm using Makeup Store's Eye Dust in the shade Gold Glimmer. It looks like this. It has this really cool cap that looks like a little shiny ball thingy. I'm just adding a tiny little amount to the very center of my cheekbone. As you can probably see, it's very shiny. And it's like nice and like goldish yellow toned, but it's not too dark for me, which is crazy since I'm basically a piece of paper, but I like how it looks as a highlight. It is gorgeous. Oh, I love this. It looks so nice and shiny. I love shiny. I don't know why we strive to have such shiny cheeks, but I'm in love with shiny cheeks, and I like shiny cheeks and I cannot lie. All you other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a shiny cheek in your face, you get sprung. I just tried like 5 different lip combinations and I definitely think I like this one the best. I used MAC Cosmetics Whirl Lip Pencil, MAC Cosmetics Powder Kiss Lipstick in the shade Influentially It, and MAC Cosmetics Lip Glass in the shade Pinkaboo, which is from one of their newer collections. It's the Cherry Blossom collection, I believe. My inner corners are really driving me a little bonkers right now, for real though. My inner corners are really driving me nuts, so I'm just going in with a little bit of the MAC Cosmetics highlight that I used and adding it underneath my little inner corner pointy thing. Just some quick final thoughts before I end the video. I really love this palette. I think it's beautiful. I think the blue and the purple, especially the blue and the cool toned purple, are two very unique, beautiful colors that are difficult to formulate. And I'm really impressed with the formula. I didn't have any issues with it. I don't have any other colors that are the same as these two colors and also perform as well as this formula did. So personally, I think the whole palette is worth it just for those two colors. I am in love with them. I'm so excited to try out the two other purples in the palette. They're sort of like warm tone purples. One of them's like a darker eggplant and the other one is just lighter and just like a light pinky purple. I love these particular eyeshadow shades, like eggplants. Like eggplant like shades are my favorite. Like they're my reason for existing. As for the shimmers, I don't love them. I mean, they're fine. I'm not a huge fan of shimmery eyeshadows anyways. Like I love mostly matte palettes, which is another reason why I love this palette. But these shimmers are not as like amazingly pigmented and sparkly as the other recent Anastasia launches have been. Like the Riviera, Norvina, and Soft Glam palettes all had like very creamy, foiled, like shimmery eyeshadows. These are, you know, harder and not as pigmented, which I think some people might like. Some people don't love the very foiled, sparkly shadows, but I don't know. I'm not in love with them, but you know, they're fine. Overall, I think the palette is beautiful. I can't wait to try the other matte shades and other looks. I'm super excited to include them. I think at least half the colors in the palette are very unique, and for that reason alone, I think it's worth it to get it because you probably don't have another palette that has, you know, these colors in it. So yeah, I really love it, and those are my thoughts on that. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments. I promise I won't be as absent as I have been. I have so many amazing plans and the problem is just getting up and doing them. So thank you for being here. I love you so much and I will see you in my next video. So guys, this is my OOTD in case you were wondering. This is my very fashionable outfit.